I have done many videos on my channel, some I was afraid to make and some I wasn't. But out of all the videos I have made, I'm probably the most afraid to upload this one. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of comments saying I'm reviving the drama, I'm just doing this for views, I'm a simp and many other things. I guarantee you I'll get a lot of hateful comments from people who haven't even watched the video. Or maybe this is really a bad video, but I won't know for sure until I upload it. Before we begin this video, I would like to come out of the closet about a few things. I eat babies, I kick puppies in the face, and I burn down orphanages. But you might notice that also debunks none of my arguments. A smarter YouTuber than me would have just not made this video and throw Hopeless Peaches under the bus.
People like Luke and Shannon have made the drama so toxic that defending Peaches becomes a matter of PR more than a matter of doing the right thing.
Maybe I'm just being tricked, but I like to think that I at least have integrity. Anyways, without further ado, let's get on with the video.
Before anyone says anything, I know that I didn't need to make this video. I know that there will be comments telling me that I am punching down, and I don't need to validate this with a response, but frankly, I still feel like I do.
You and me both.
Especially because I see certain parties, that being Manga Common and others, trying to change the narrative about what happened in this situation, because apparently lying is the most fun you can do without taking your clothes off.
You have no proof on screen, so I'm not inclined to believe you. But according to Peach's friends, the one who made the document, Manga Common and everybody else you mentioned in this video have nothing to do with the creation of the document.
We are the Dorky Snakes, not Manga Common, not Jar, or Toby, or whoever else you listed off in your video. We are Peach's friends, and we're not your enemy.
I'll link their full video down below, and I highly recommend you go watch it before you watch this one, because a lot of the information I'm using in this video I got from them.
Also, might I add, Manga Common, let it be known that I so appreciate the fact that you try to keep it classy in front of us women by not swearing. I really do appreciate that, because my fragile little constitution simply cannot handle any form of cussing. If I hear someone swear even a little bit, I just fall to pieces.
So the accusation that CreepShowArt called Manga Common sexist comes from this part. While she didn't outright call him sexist, she heavily implied it. A lot of her fans were very confused by this comment, and according to her, it was just a joke. I don't see how it's a joke, and I don't understand the attempt at humor in any way, shape, or form. Especially when you say this directly afterwards.
So thank you for that, my most chivalrous gentleman. That's so strange that you need to feel the need to not do that, but alright.
Creepshow, this is not a joke, you're just covering your own ass here. Just admit that you said something really stupid. Something like this can really damage the reputation of someone, especially when they only have about 1/10 of your subs. Now that I think about it, Manga Common almost has never used a swear word in his videos, or even a swear word with me in private. I think he only ever did it once on a live stream with me, and that's about it.
I am going to be talking about what happened, my side in all of this, and addressing everything that Peach's Common and their friend group have tried to put forth as the truth, as if the truth wasn't already put out there plain as day.
Creepshow, the truth wasn't completely out there. There were a lot of lies made up about Peaches. Most of which were made by Prismate Luke, which is why the first 20 pages of the document are basically about him.
Most of the document is about Luke, after all. That's why it takes 20 pages to get to CreepShowArt.
There was another YouTuber who made 2 really long videos going over a lot of the mistakes made up about Peaches. I'll link them both down below. I highly recommend you watch them before continuing with this video, but you might want to make yourself dinner first for how long they are. Also, in my last video about Prismate Luke, I go over very few of the mistakes he made about Hopeless Peaches in his video, so you could also check that one out. Hopeless Peach's friends and myself are not saying she's 100% innocent, but there still were a bunch of lies made up about her. It's okay to believe the things about Peaches that are true and get mad at her for it. But it's not okay to believe the lies, most of which were from Prismate Luke, about her. You should also check out the video Harley did debunking Prismate Luke's video on Hopeless Peaches. I'm also in it, and I promise this is the last video I'm going to tell you guys to check out. Links to all the videos I mentioned will be in the description and in my pinned comment.
And like I stated previously, these are the DMs with me and Peaches where I don't ignore her, I don't brush her off, and I don't go off on her in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, I lied. There was one more video I was going to link, and that was the one made by The Christian Show, which is currently unlisted. I understand why, it was by no means a perfect video, but he really showed that CreepShowArt is just repeating herself here from her first video on Hopeless Peaches. Watch the clips back to back and you'll see what I mean. No need to go search for it yourself, I'll play it for you here now.
And like I stated previously, these are the DMs with me and Peaches where I don't ignore her, I don't brush her off, and I don't go off on her in any way, shape, or form. Peaches, once again, did not like the video, which is fine. She's allowed to have her opinions. And she came to me in the DMs to let me know as much. And we discussed about it. Now, in this discussion, she said she didn't like what I said. She didn't like the video itself, but she knew me.
Now, am I saying you can't repeat points in a video? Of course not. But it would be very nice of you if you at least made it clear that you're repeating the same points. And I also bring this up to everybody who said, haha, Peaches only apologized after CreepShowArt's video because it exposed her. Even though a lot of the points are just the exact same points from the first video. I also find it hard to believe that Peaches made her apology in like a day after CreepShowArt's video. I'm pretty sure she was working on it before, and according to her friend's testimony, that's what she was doing.
But overall, she was going to make an apology and just be done with it.
And before someone says, but Jar, it's not just her repeating the same point, she's also debunking Hopeless Peach's document. Well, again, according to Peach's friends, they didn't let her help write the document.
First off, before the video was even live, Shannon refers to the document written by Peaches and friends and claims she doesn't believe that Peaches did not help write the document. I mean, if you really want to believe that, fine, I can't stop you, but at least be consistent and say that Peaches helped on Spoctor's video, because we did the exact same thing that he did. We asked for her side of the story, she did and gave us any relevant screenshots, and then we, in a completely separate group chat, went over all of it and compiled it into a document. Peaches was not allowed to see the document until it was completely done, and she did not edit or comment on it at all. I can show where she does not have edit access, and I can even comb through the document's metadata, and you'll see that Peaches is not there making an edit or commenting once, because we didn't let her.
Now, CreepShowArt goes on about the Toby drama, and I'm gonna try to be skipping most of it for obvious reasons. But if she wants to recap things, that's perfectly fine with me. I understand most people know about the Toby drama, but a few people watching her video don't know about it.
A little bit later on, I was actually reached out by a friend of both Toby and Peaches who asked me for my side of the story, which I gave to them. They asked me if I had gone off on Peaches or had said anything out of pocket about her the way she had privately said I did, and I said no. And to prove my point, I had sent the screenshots that I've already put out to her to show her. That's why I have these screenshots, because this happened before Peaches deleted her Twitter. And they said, damn, this is not what she told me, Toby, or anyone else. So at that time, in kind of a panic, I reached out to other creators who were friendly with Peaches, and I asked them about it. Notably, I asked Mega Comment, and most of them said no at the time, but after all of this happened, some more people came and told me that, like, yeah, she did vent, quote, vent about me to them, and 10 out of 10, trust issues confirmed, the art commentary community is terrible, and this is fucking why.
You know, it is possible that Peaches didn't vent to Manga Kamen. It's also possible that that might have happened, but it just slipped his mind. Now, could Manga Kamen be lying? Of course. But he can't really prove a negative. Until there is evidence that Manga Kamen is lying, I'm not going to think he is.
Before she posted about why it's okay for her to be shitty and mean to a 16-year-old because they were mean to her first in DMs, which, oh, okay, nobody is saying you can't shit on a person who's 10 years younger than you, but the fact that you think that's an efficient use of your time is a bit odd. Like, you're willingly spending so much time doing this, but alright.
I mean, it could be worse. She could have done what Prismate Luke did, and did multiple videos on a 16-year-old, and lied about them saying they defended Lolicon and they excused all the actions of a sexual predator. I'm not saying this disproves your points about Peaches, I'm just saying I want us to have some consistency in the commentary community.
Same way, her editing the script for Just a Robot, Manga Commons, and Fuchsia Butter's terrible video about Omni and Kai is her being involved and influencing their video, which you cannot argue it's not.
Of course you can.
Actually, originally it was the script for just Manga Common, and the script was very different than how it ended up before I and Butters joined in. And according to Manga Common, she tried to talk him out of it, and she only fixed like a grammar mistake or something.
You can see where she comments at the end of September, and then another comment was made in mid-October. Also, according to Common, she made that comment before Jar and Fuchsia Butter were a part of the script at all. A ton was changed between when we know Peaches last saw the doc and when the video was actually released.
Ooh woo, she made one change. This point against Peaches was blown way out of proportion by the commentary community, I swear.
She didn't edit the script because Peaches editing scripts of videos that go over terribly in order to favor her, that's not a new thing.
Okay, CreepShowArt, I've been trying very hard to be polite and give you the benefit of the doubt, but this is an outright lie. She did not edit it in a way to make herself look good. She fixed a grammar mistake, and that's it. How the fuck is that editing the script in her favor?
But seeing as neither of us have access to the DMs, I feel like it's stupid to harp on this point. I will say though, I hope people trust me a little bit more than they trust you, seeing as you lie at the drop of a hat, call people beta cucks, and attack people seemingly for no reason, and try to blackmail and extort them. So that's that on that.
Well, you already lied about Peaches editing the script in her favor when she didn't. You also lied when you said you were joking about Manga Common being sexist, even though I don't see where the attempt at humor is. Also, someone calling someone else a beta male cuck doesn't make them any more or less trustworthy.
Now let's go to the document that was made by Peaches and her friends who, quote, feel like she has been given unfair treatment in this situation, unquote. Which, fun fact, no, she hasn't. She has outright lied and sent hate to multiple smaller YouTubers.
Really, CreepShowArt? She hasn't been given unfair treatment in this situation? Was it fair to her when you lied about her editing the script in her favor when she didn't? Was it fair to her when people called her a liar for her grooming video? Up to the point where she took it down, then later put it up with the comments disabled? Was it fair to her when Luke blatantly lied about her, most of which were either debunked by Hopeless Peach's friends in the document that you went over but just completely ignored, debunked by Mali-Malware, Just Stop, HarleyTBS, and Spoctor? And I know you've seen Spoctor's video because you commented on it and you liked it.
She commented on it and seemed to respond positively to it, so what the hell is up with this?
Was it fair to her when people told her to commit self-deletion and Hotbox just said, those people don't matter? Was it fair to her when Prismate Luke called her a suicide baiter, then backtracked on that and said she was just a sympathy baiter? And people like Hotbox just said, oh, you're acting like this just invalidates his whole video. This is just a gotcha point. I'm not saying Hopeless Peaches is completely innocent and she didn't do anything wrong, but a lot of the bigger claims about her are absolutely false.
Effectively kneecapping their chances to make money on YouTube and have a career. She has lied to her subscribers multiple times over about situations, maliciously lied in order to hurt Camilla Cuevas' career as well as my own, and has yet to even say she's sorry for doing an ounce of that. Like, she hasn't said sorry to Camilla at all.
Actually, she apologized to Camilla before this whole thing started. Maybe this is a lie, maybe CreepShowArt just made a mistake, but if she made a mistake, then she really should correct it with a pinned comment or at least something.
But I get it. She's your friend. But literally people telling her, hey, the thing you did is bad in regards to lying about various people and situations in order to appear like an uwu victim? Yeah, that's stupid.
Okay, this is kind of bizarrely worded, but CreepShow, they're not excusing all of her actions.
Us saying that we think Peaches has been portrayed and responded to unfairly does not mean that we think she is a complete saint in this situation or the victim, or that she isn't responsible for her actions. We literally say several times throughout the document where we do truly believe that Peaches messed up, but the main reason we wrote the doc is because the response to her and the things said about her are not proportional to what actually happened or to what there is actual evidence evidence to prove.
And high-key a bit racist when we get into what you try to pull with Kai and Omnia. I mean, you have to be the white girl victim to the angry black woman and black man, right?
So disagreeing with black people is racist now? Or doing bad things to black people, not because they're black, but just because is racist now? I think CreepShowArt suffers from a white savior complex. Didn't you also have drama with Kai and Omnia? How is it racist when she does it, but not you? I don't believe she said she was the white girl victim, or that she called them an angry black man and black woman. I mean, I could be wrong, but do you have any evidence for that claim? I think Hi Fluffy 420 said it best in her video.
Stop calling people racist just because they may have said something stupid. Ask somebody who is actually of color, who would tell you if it's racist or not, because it would be against them and not you. If it applies to you, then there you go.
I am going to try to focus on the parts that have to do with me only, which start on page 20 of this 36-page document, which, can I just say, writing a 36-page long document to defend your friend who has been shown to have a huge lying problem when she literally could have just said, I'm sorry. Like, she could have come back and said, I realize I fucked up. I'm sorry. I will be working to improve myself. And everyone would have given her that second chance.
Really, because she did apologize and a lot of people weren't willing to give her that second chance. Partially due to your video. I have apologized multiple times and people weren't willing to accept my apologies. And I do feel sorry for those who won't. Having no forgiveness in your heart is a fate worse than death. The document takes 20 pages to get to you because there's a lot of false information that they had to go over. Like, a lot of it.
I'm just going to quickly interject here, as Jar has been kind enough to let me on this video to discuss my thoughts. So, if you don't know me, I'm HarleyTBS, my channel is on screen and in the description too, so if you want to check me out, that would be pretty cool. I wanted to hop on to discuss CreepShowArt herself and some of the lies she has told, including the lie that she apparently never received an apology, which she claimed publicly on multiple occasions. This is a downright lie and she knows it. Peaches apologized to both CreepShow and Camilla on multiple occasions even. CreepShow also fully supported Luke's slanderous video against Peaches and stayed silent about the false claims Luke made about suicide baiting within that video. There's also so much more to CreepShow though. She's shown herself time and again to be incapable of keeping her emotions out of her content, going off the rails in certain videos like her Peaches ones, where she plays the victim card like her life is somehow ruined because the big bad hopeless Peaches may have talked poorly about her in private. And Shannon refuses to acknowledge any defense of Peaches in the slightest. When you pair that with her lies, it does put questionable doubt on Shannon's motives behind her videos, because any person that truly cared about the honest truth of this situation would believe of evidence and maybe speak with that person to learn their side. Shannon has not done that, and instead she has taken the moral high ground, claiming that this situation is so obvious with what's going on, when there's so much evidence that puts plausible doubt on Peach's actions, but Shannon doesn't address any of it because she doesn't have to. Maybe she just wanted content for a daily upload. Maybe she wanted a shot back at Peaches for their disagreements in the past. Who knows? What I do know, however, is that when I first spoke to her about my Peaches video, she was happy to provide me information. But the second my video dropped, calling her out on her lies, nothing. She went absolutely radio silent on me. She straight up disappeared without a trace from my emails, refusing to respond to my video. And in my initial video where I critiqued her and took the neutral view, she commented ignoring 99% of the video to focus primarily on some irrelevant argument about the Toby situation. I don't believe CreepShow is capable of admitting fault in any way, and to be clear, in no way am I saying that you have to take criticism, but if you aren't willing to, then don't make content that could have genuine effects on other people's livelihoods. I hope Shannon will be willing to talk to me again, and I've got to give some credit to Spoctor for talking to me and addressing the criticism I levied against him. But in all honesty with Shannon, I just hope she learns from this situation and responds, explaining herself, because her videos were really bad. Like, when you don't take them at surface level, they were really bad. For now, I'm off. You can see more of me on my channel, and see more of Jar in the video he featured in on my channel. Now, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
To write this document, it's a weird fucking move. I don't know why you would do this instead of telling her to just say sorry and own up to her mistakes, but I guess validating shit behavior is fun when you believe that you're the victim and everything.
They don't think she's the victim and everything. The document doesn't even state that. They even go over a few of her wrongdoings. I've been noticing this ever since Luke joined the commentary community. Anyone who debunks a claim about someone the entire commentary community is gaining up on is excusing all of their wrongdoings. And they're also leaving out context if they don't go into depth about all that person's wrongdoings. Also, they're not excusing her shit behavior. They're debunking the wrong claims about her. It's really sad that I have to give an example for this, but I don't know how else to get this across to you. CreepShowArt, let's say, hypothetically speaking, you were accused of doxing someone, but you were also lying and slandering people. And then a bunch of people made videos on you saying you slandered someone, but you also doxed them. If I say, no, CreepShowArt did not dox them, that is not me saying she also didn't do anything wrong and she's a perfect little angel.
They start off by saying about me that because of prison mate Luke's portrayal of Peaches, that is the reason I came forward, citing this screenshot that Luke put in his videos where I say, it's nothing, honestly, this is shitty shit, and like you don't deserve this. Other people dealing with her is where I cross the line, to be honest. She can fuck with me, but fucking with others? No ma'am. And the issue with this is I was actually responding to what Peaches had done to Kai and Omnia. You know, when she publicly and seemingly for no reason at all decided to speak on their behalves and state that their apologies that they gave to Toby and to Madlibs and others had not been, quote, genuine.
No, CreepShowArt, hang on a second. CreepShowArt actually made a correct point about the document! She did it! She did it! Yatta! But in all seriousness, CreepShow, can you at least see how they might have come to that conclusion? I mean, all the videos were being made about Peaches after Prisonmate Luke's slanderous video.
But let's continue. The document reads, Luke makes claims that Peaches poisoned her reputation in the art commentary community when she, meaning me, Shannon, was just a small channel. And then they tried to frame that as being untrue because I was bigger than Peaches at the time. But, fun fact, we were both small channels. I was in fact bigger than her, and seeing as I don't really talk to any art commentary people, Peaches absolutely did poison other people to me. I was still a small channel, she was smaller, but we were both small.
So what you're saying is, Luke lied claiming that Peaches was bigger than you when she wasn't, in an attempt to gain sympathy for you? Got it.
All we said in that part is that we got confused by Luke's wording, and to us it seemed he was implying that Peaches was the larger creator based on what he said. And we say that it was probably just an honest miswording or misunderstanding. We said that Shannon was the larger channel. We never said that Luke was maliciously lying or anything. That doesn't have anything to do with the alleged poisoning she did, but we weren't trying to claim anything in this part other than explain something that came across as wrong to us.
Well, I don't want to out everyone she talks shit to me to, because they don't want to be pushed into this. She did talk to people like Toby, Minty Unicorn, Hames Junkie, Omnia, and more. She did this to varying degrees each time, sometimes saying I was a terrible person who didn't care about anyone outside of myself. Sometimes I was a good person who just got on the wrong path and she couldn't support me anymore and it was so hard for her. But she literally talked shit about me multiple times over to multiple different creators, most of whom do not want to be a part of that.
Sure, Peaches may have said some mean things behind your back, kind of wish you would show evidence for it, but friends do that all the time. My friends talk shit behind my back, I talk shit behind their back. Granted, it's not a good thing to do, but we all do it. I'm not trying to excuse her behavior or anything like that, I'm just saying this is kind of just a Mean Girls drama when you really get down to it.
They then showed the tweet that Peaches sent to me asking me to provide the names of the creators who stated outright that she talked shit about me to them. But I think the second part of this tweet is largely overlooked because the people who wrote this document are her friends and only read, oh, Shannon didn't respond to this. She says, yes, I was irked a good while again and said my frustrations privately, but I still said you were nice. So, you talked shit about me. You told people like Toby, who then put in a video, that I ignored you, that I disregarded you, that I was a bad friend who didn't care. Something that, again, they then put in a video about me, a video that you approved of before it was set to public and later said you disagreed with because you no longer like Toby. You told her negative shit about me, but it's okay because at the end, you swear you said I was nice.
Yeah, and that's what her friends claim at the end of their video.
Once again, she's been a lot more forgiving of you than I am or anybody else in that friend group. Not once did she ever say anything negative about you. You showed the kind of person you are to us, not her. Peaches is still that person you cared for as a little sister. She's not perfect. She's made mistakes in her past. But what matters most, and what should matter to you, is that she's trying to do better.
They then show these screenshots of Peaches talking to another creator with Peaches saying that I am, quote, a good person, which, like, great. She's inconsistent. That's all that says. All this literally says is that, yes, she talks about me, seemingly a lot, even to people who I don't know, because I don't know who this is from.
CreepShowArt, people can talk negatively about you behind your back, but they can also say positive things behind your back. The same way me and my friends do with each other. I mean, you won't share the names of people who told you things about Peaches yourself, you even said so in this video, and even Prismate Luke blocked out the names of people who allegedly had a conversation with Peaches.
I've seen a lot of conversations she's had about me, and this one's new. And that, to me, is so fucking weird. You are not going to be finding any time when I'm friends with someone where I talk shit on them like this, where I even talk weirdly about them like this.
Except for Manga Common, and you did it in public. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a joke. And I know you're friends with Manga Common because you helped his girlfriend out. People are naturally inconsistent with their feelings towards people. It proves she was talking nice about you behind your back, as well as mean.
Which is literally saying, hey Shannon, be grateful. Peaches could have shit-talked you more. Aren't you happy? Doesn't that make you feel better?
No, it's literally saying she also talked nice behind your back. Because a lot of people were saying to Peaches, you've done nothing but talk shit behind CreepShowArt's back. You're not a true friend. You're a backstabber and a bitch. But if it's so important to you to know who the other person is in these screenshots, well, it's now been revealed.
Which, by the way, this is me in these DMs. Initially, we were trying to stay more anonymous, but fuck it, gloves are off at this point. We both vented about you to each other, and she still maintained you were a good person.
And then they try to discredit the screenshots that were used in Prismate Luke's video, which is hilarious because they then show their own censored screenshots, and like, these are fine, but this one, nah man, and
Now I know I keep playing clips from Peach's friend's video, but they honestly say things in ways better than I ever could.
Except, we never said that it was bad because of blacked out names. We said it's a second-hand account of someone saying Peaches said something, and we have no idea what their conversation was in reference to at all. This is shit fucking evidence, Shannon, and it's some of the only evidence you provide. Our screenshot has blacked out names, but it is directly from Peaches, and we give our relevant context.
they say that, namely because this conversation that you're seeing on screen, with me savagely ripping open Daft Peanut with my own teeth, this was not the first or last conversation we had in regards to that video doing poorly, because we had had a conversation previously about this. However, this was the first time she blamed Peanut for why she thought the views were so low, which is why I was so aggressive towards Peanut. This was not the first conversation after not talking. Like, I don't know how to explain this to you guys other than you have one conversation. This isn't the full context.
Oh, look, CreepShowArt is repeating herself from her last video on Hopeless Peaches again.
It happened. It wasn't until I asked her what was up and how she was doing that I found out that she had decided, based on nothing going on, that I was furious at her for the video not doing well, and that I'm just so mad. Had I ever said I was mad at her? No. Had I ever subtweeted or implied in conversation that I was disappointed in the views? No. Did I even care that the video didn't do well? Objectively, no. I wasn't mad at you. And then it turned into something else. Then she went on this spiel about how Daft Peanut, yes, Daft Peanut, the YouTuber, had told her that the video had, quote, ruined my channel, and that I was probably mad at her for doing that. She told me that Daft Peanut did a channel review for her, and he stated outright that I was probably very angry because she, quote, destroyed my channel. Now, fun fact, this made me, for a period of time, really not like Daft Peanut, because that's kind of a fucked up thing to say.
Now, I get that I keep playing clips from this smaller channel, and it may seem lazy, and that's because it is. But keep in mind I have a bit of a speech impediment, and this smaller channel, well, they're not going to get as many views as this video. I don't mean that as a flex, or to say I'm better than them, or anything like that. I just want to do what I can to spread the word around.
We didn't say anything about it being bad because of blacked out names. This next part is my personal favorite, where Shannon talked about these Instagram screenshots and says that we just made an assumption that these were the only screenshots related to the situation. Literally, as she is saying this, in the screenshot, you have our document very clearly saying, if these messages are the only ones to exist. If
The people who have these screenshots literally scrolled up, which I cannot do because once again, Peaches blocked me after she realized I had access to this conversation and she didn't want that. You would see her literally falsely accusing another YouTuber, that being What the What again, of flagging her account and causing her to be unable to make money and be unable to support herself. I would love to see this document talk about the false accusations she leveled at him, seeing as apparently they have access to the entire conversation.
Also, it's very strange how you say that we have access to her Instagram as if she gave us the login or something. No, she just sent us the screenshot, and if there was context omitted, then obviously that would be on Peaches, but we can't know if context was omitted or not without more screenshots. And I know you don't have them because you're blocked and the Twitters are gone, but that doesn't really change much. You made the claim with no evidence, Peaches gave the screenshot she says counters the claim, you say that there is context missing, it's another wash, another she said she said.
It also makes me feel entirely weird that all of these people have seen my private phone number, so that's fun, I love that.
It's not every day you can debunk a video but also a pinned comment at the same time. This is where the doxing claim comes from, CreepShowArt. You make it sound like Peaches gave out your private phone number to people. You didn't say if they have it, you said they did have it. And some of your fans may have even come to the conclusion that your private phone number is in the document itself. I'm not saying I know that for sure, but I do think it's a possibility. Yes, you didn't outright state that Hopeless Peaches doxed you, but the way you worded things heavily implied it.
We are on page 29 now, out of 36. So this is fun. I love this for me. Oh my god. They go on to address the conversation that Peaches and I had about Jaclyn Hill, which, again, super neutral, super normal, and they go on to talk about the subtweets that Peaches made about me. Like this one where she states she was shaking and crying over our conversation, which again, probably didn't happen because our conversation had me saying valid every other word. But they follow up with this. However, Shannon would paint this as Peaches lying about their conversation, but according to Peaches, there's an important piece that is missing. Peaches claims that Shannon made a tweet after their conversation where she said she was going to be listening to her true friends in the situation and tagged a creator who was fully defending Shannon's actions. And Peaches felt slighted by the idea that Shannon did not see her as a true friend because she disagreed with Shannon's actions, and that spawned Peaches' reaction.
My god, CreepShowArt, you don't need to repeat yourself. Your first video on Hopeless Peaches almost got 1 million views.
Took it upon herself to soft block me, which means blocking me and then unblocking me so I no longer followed her. And then she tweeted this out regarding the conversation. I won't lie, I've been disappointed by a few people I looked up to online lately, and now I feel physically kind of sick. I may take a break from social media for a while. It's like a broken heart right now, which, you know, okay, that's not too bad. But then she tweeted this. I have gone ahead and muted some accounts. I needed muting for my own mental health. Was literally shaking in anger and sadness yesterday. Near tears talking to my boyfriend about stuff going on and those upsetting me. I am just going to put my head down in my work till I cool off. Again, this was in response to this conversation, where she states she understands my side and knows where I am coming from. She sees my points, she has hers, and we disagree, and that's okay. That's how we ended the conversation. But somehow, someway, it shifted from understanding and getting where I am coming from to her shaking in anger over what I had said and her stating she was getting physically sick. So, real quick, do you see the problem here? Do you see the issue with this argument? Because Peaches stated she needed to mute me because she was shaking in anger about what I said, which they agree is a neutral conversation that wouldn't have caused this reaction, but then state, oh well, after the conversation, Shannon tweeted about being friends with someone else that Peaches took that personally.
Okay, I hope this is the last clip I'll play from Hopeless Peaches' Friends video. I mean, I would say it myself, but, you know, I'm a lazy little shit, so I can just use their clip instead.
You just completely misinterpret what we said. We are not saying that Peach's story is that she made her subtweets in response to your conversation, then she soft blocked you, then saw the alleged true friends tweet. We are saying her story is that she only made those subtweets in response to the alleged true friends tweet, and they had nothing to do with the conversation the two of you had privately. But we can't know if the tweet existed or not. It's she said again.
Also, if someone wants to call me a hypocrite for repeating someone else's point, it's a bit different repeating points from a video that nearly got 1 million views than repeating a point from a video that got 10 to 20k views.
That's basically it. I'm tired. I'm done. I don't trust literally anyone in the art commentary community anymore.
So you don't trust anyone in the art commentary community anymore because a really small commentator made a document which you mostly misunderstood. I mean, if you're not going to trust people, I recommend starting with Prismate Luke. He has lied about Hopeless Peaches. He has lied about me. He has lied about Harley. He has lied about Just Stop. And probably lied about a lot of other people too. I had misinformation spread about me, and I was backstabbed by commentators I've been friends with for years. But I still will trust people in the commentary community. You have no excuse. Almost everyone in the commentary community was on your side and took your word despite you almost providing zero proof. And you act like you can't trust anyone? Really?
Get the fuck out of here.
Peaches is not canceled. She's a talented artist. She makes dope shit, and I truly did think the world of her. I thought she was great.
Yeah, Prismate Luke pulled the same thing with me saying you're not being canceled, but can someone explain to me what being canceled even is? Having a whole bunch of people make videos on you, up to the point where you deleted your Twitter, losing 10,000 plus subscribers, and having multiple people turn against you is not getting canceled? Then what is getting canceled? I'm genuinely asking a question. This is not a gotcha point. I'm just really confused. I mean, for God's sakes, Hopeless Peaches got more backlash than fucking Antunes.
And the fact that so many people want to die on their swords for her is so weird. Like, Mega Common, what the fuck, man? You are literally out here saying that Peaches didn't participate in the garbage video you and super racist Jar made, even though she edited the script, which is literally participation, but I don't know.
I'm a super racist now? What's a super racist? Is this Dragon Ball? This is a racist, and this is a super racist. This is a super racist who ascended to the next level, also known as a super racist 2. And this is to go even further beyond! If you're going off of Prismate Luke's video, well, I already debunked that video, and the likes to dislikes seem to be certainly in my favor. Yeah, his video got, oh my god, this really is Dragon Ball. It's over 9,000 likes. But percentage-wise from likes to dislikes, my video seemed to be received better. Granted, I will admit I didn't debunk it until after her video. But to call me a super racist seems a bit off to me. You can say it's prejudice plus power, but you need to show how I'm prejudiced. Making naughty jokes is not prejudice. You're also white. You don't decide what is and isn't racist. I'll ask my roommate, Professor Dreadlock. Professor Dreadlock, do you think I'm racist?
So I know you guys are mad at Just a Robot for saying the N-word, but you know the rules. If you have a black friend present, you get one free N-word pass.
Actually, Professor Dreadlock, I said it twice.
You what? Bruh, like, okay, he said some stupid shit, but, like, stop being a fucking cancel bot. Like, come on, most of you guys are adults, this is stupid. Like, those are my honest thoughts, that's why I'm cursing.
Well, there you have it, folks. If you want to say I can be culturally insensitive or I have white privilege, that's fine, but if you're going to call me a racist, then you're going to have to prove how I'm prejudiced. And I'm pretty sure a super racist is a racist who doesn't even, quote-unquote, hide their power level, if you know what I mean. You know, an admitted racist, someone who if you call racist, they say, yeah, I am, so what's your argument? CreepShowArt, I'm not gonna lie. With how much you throw around the term racist and sexist in this video, you really act like a super SJW. An SSJW, if you will. You even look like a stereotypical one. Okay, that's the one zinger I'm gonna get in, and I really do feel like I earned it. Now, Creepshow, I'm sure you were just in an emotional state, and you didn't really think through this video. I did really want to tear into you more, but a lot of people have told me you have helped them out with a lot of different things. So I do think at heart you are a good person, you just made a mistake. I'm really scared to upload this because I don't know what's going to happen when I do. I feel like I just got out of a really bad drama and I don't want to go back to another one. But I feel like I should stand up and do what I think is right. I understand CreepShowArt and Hopeless Peaches have both made an Instagram post saying this whole thing is over, but I'm just a bit fishy about it. A lot of smaller commentators were covering CreepShowArt's video, and then she made that Instagram post. I don't know, this whole thing just seems a little off to me. I'm not saying I know for sure, maybe they're both sick of it, but I really think CreepShowArt should say sorry for the things she got wrong, or at least make a pinned comment or something. To everybody watching this video, please don't attack CreepShowArt. I don't want this drama to continue, I really do want it to end.